God still does wonders.
I don't know how God did it, but He came through for me.
God did it, and I'm so grateful.
Coming up on God Did It Today, what was planned to be a fun expedition turns out ugly, unfortunately with the loss of lives. What exactly happened in that voyage? Sister Ibinabo Amakiri shares the story of her visit to the Kajuru castle located in Kaduna State. Also in this edition, we'll take a look at the testimony of our brother, Captain Johnson of our Protocol Directorate. I am Atino Ade Inko Ogiga Yuronto Heritage News, and this is God Did It. Thanks for joining me. Now, on the 19th of April 2019, a Sister Ibinabo, who is an adventurer, joined 10 other tourists, 2 tour guides and 2 mobile policemen on what was to be a 4-day Easter holiday to the Kajuru castle in a quest to explore Kaduna State. When they arrived, they were given their rooms and they had their breakfast. They spent most part of the day exploring the castle grounds, played games, had dinner, and were all in the sauna just before bedtime when the unexpected happened. He began hearing gunshots. It was about 10:30 p.m. at the time. A sister says she peered out and saw sparks from rapidly shot bullets from loaded AK-47. They were under attack right at the middle of nowhere. Now, the Kajuru castle was totally isolated, a beautiful medieval edifice high at the top of a hill with just one way up, and the closest inhabited area some 45 minutes away. Ibinabo says it was a nerve-wracking siege which went on for 4 hours as their 2 mobile policemen battled to keep 15 armed marauders at bay. In those 4 hours, a sister felt what it was really like to be close to the end, and all she could do was plead for God's mercy and intervention. Fortunately, one of the tourists had a phone with her and placed a distress call to the Nigerian Army barracks in Kaduna. They immediately dispatched help, but they were about 2.5 hours away from the castle. At 2:30 a.m., that's about 4 hours after the ordeal started, the group of tourists were found by the Nigerian Army. A sister and the others at the time were traumatized and bleeding from cuts they sustained from the rocks. The relief they felt after being found was, however, short-lived when they found out moments later that 2 of them among the tourists had been killed and 5 others abducted. It was indeed shocking for everyone, but apparently not the army officials, who were rather amazed that they even found a sister and a few others alive. According to them, usually when they get such distress calls, they've always arrived to meet a total bloodbath of gruesomely beheaded and butchered bodies. God loves someone here very much and protected you, one of them said. Sister Ibinabo Amakiri says she remains grateful to God for giving her a second chance to life. Indeed, God did it. What more can I really say? A sister's story is definitely a proof of the unfailing love and mercy of our God. Beautiful testimony from our sister Ibinabo Amakiri. It will interest you to know that the Kajuru castle has since been closed to tourists and inaccessible since that ugly incident. Now, moving on God Did It Today, let's take a look at the testimony of our brother, Captain Johnson. He says, Thursday, the 28th of April 2022, I was supposed to get a firm agreement on regulatory documentation from the authorities for one of our crafts to be able to continue in service. This was not forthcoming, and there was really no way to get that cleared out by Friday, the 28th of April 2022, especially as the coming week was almost a non-work week due to the holidays. The entire system and everyone was calling on me to have this rectified to avoid a suspension of the craft. I worried through that Thursday night, despite the fact that I had already committed it to God in prayer, as I knew the negative consequence was great. I could not sleep, so I started again praying in tongues until 6 a.m. when I joined the Friday prayer meeting. While on my way to work, Pastor Larry then declared, as written in Exodus 33 verse 14, God said, I will give you rest and everything will be fine. I keyed into that word, and dwelt in it until it became very real and evident that this is closed. So that Friday, I told everyone who requested to know the progress that everything is fine, and by close of business day Friday, no news. I was going home and the human side said, "You see, no show," but I insisted that everything is fine. I slept and woke up on Saturday to see that I had a missed call from one of the persons responsible for the clearance. So I called back and he started apologizing that all is fine and that he will issue the authorization I needed for the craft. Long story cut short, all authorizations were cleared and the craft was certified okay to continue. Now 2 Chronicles 20 verse 20 says, "Believe in the Lord your God, so shall you be established, and believe in his prophets, so shall you prosper." This is for real, and God is faithful always. I am just giving all the glory back to God. Most definitely, those that wait on the Lord shall never be disappointed. Instead, they will have their strengths renewed. Thank you, Captain, for sharing your testimony with us. Well, that's God Did It for today. Thanks for being a part of it. Remember, you can also share your testimonies here by simply sending an email. The portal remains goddidit@hotrportharcourt.com. That is goddidit@hotrportharcourt.com. I am Atenode Inko Ogiga, returning you to Chima Okoye for the rest of Heritage News. Please do stay with us.